Change is in the air for 2025 if you have the pig in your chart. What kind of clash year is it going to be? Will the pig have support? In this video, we find out. Quick intro before we start. Nice meeting you. Thank you for jumping in. My name is Pauline Cheng. I'm a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner, and I use this art to empower, not to disempower. But enough of all that. Let's start with a quick overview. Okay, in 2024, the pig enjoyed two very positive stars, Emperor Star and Dragon Virtue. Emperor Star is a star of resourcefulness as it brings you access to external resources. Of course, we needed to help it along by being resourceful. Dragon Virtue is a fantastic problem-solving star. With access to resources, issues or challenges get resolved easier. Now comes 2025. It's the pig's turn to assume the position of year breaker. Pig is the change maker of 2025, very bright. And there are also a number of positive stars supporting this change. So without further ado, let's dive into the stars for the pig. Okay, let's get the main thing out of the way, okay? Year breaker. Okay, I think most of you guys know by now, right? This year in 2025, pig is the year breaker year, right? A rather oversimplified explanation would be the pig's enemy is the snake. So in 2025, it's the year of the snake. Your enemy became your boss for a year. So the pig is now assuming the position as the rebel, the brat, the one who challenges the boss of the year. So what does that mean? A clash year simply means change. If we look at it from a perspective of abundance, it brings an opportunity to change. So I got good news and bad news. Which one you want to hear first? Okay, let's go with the good news, okay? There are 6 types of clashes in Bazi. Of the 6, the most severe happens when the dog and dragon meets, okay? The least severe is when the pig meets the snake. In other words, it does not require wholesale change. Like you don't need to move heaven and earth to make the changes. That's the good news. So now the bad news. The pig and snake clash is the most annoying. Okay? Why annoying? This change requires you to jump through some petty hoops. Okay, let's use an example. Pig-snake clash is annoying in the same way losing your credit card is annoying. Yes, you need to change your credit card. Yes, getting your bank to issue a new one is fairly simple. But because we use our credit card so much for our subscriptions these days, the annoying part comes when you need to expand the effort to make sure that all your subscriptions are now being paid by the new card. It's not difficult, it's annoying. A lot of time wasted, a lot of unnecessary effort. Another possible manifestation of the pig-snake clash could come in the form of interference or white noise. Suddenly, in 2025, a lot of people seem to be very interested in telling you how to live your life. Maybe because you had the Emperor Star in 2024, okay? So, but I need to add a caveat to this, okay? The change brought about by the snake to the pig will likely be minor unless you also have the monkey in your chart. If you have both pig and the monkey in your chart, the change will likely have more impact because your chart is simultaneously being clashed, combined, punished, and destructed. So when a lot of interactions are happening, basically what it means is there's a lot of momentum. So therefore, we need to take corresponding action. Okay, so back to the pig and the year breaker. Okay, in a clash year, change is inevitable. So rather than sit around waiting for change to happen to you, we take the proactive approach and create the change we want, which means the change happens for you. So this strategy is pretty much the same for almost every animal sign that takes on the year breaker mantle. The rationale is this: if change is going to happen anyway, why don't we take the chance to direct the change? Since the year breaker is likely to bring problems and challenges, let's instead create our own problems and challenges. Okay? In that case, what type of changes should you be looking for? We'll go through that in the second half of my presentation, okay, because the answer to that question depends on where the pig is in your chart. So next, the year breaker always comes with the greater consumer, always. Okay, it's like the twin. So this is traditionally interpreted as money flowing out. So of course, some budgeting will be required lah. Okay, more on that when we talk about the national treasure. But if money needs to go out, logically, instead of spending, why not invest? Use the money to acquire something that will grow in value in the future. So the greater consumer can also represent massive effort or energy being spent. In other words, together with the year breaker, this is interpreted as excessive energy required to make the necessary changes. But we humans don't like change, do we? This is not so much a problem for the younger generation, but the older we get, the more resistant to change we become. In fact, we spend a lot of energy trying to make sure that things stay exactly the way they are. Okay? Then the obstacle star becomes a problem. This guy, along with the greater consumer, represent stagnation or impediments to progress. Even though this clash is considered minor, but a lot of effort needs to be expended to overcome the petty hindrances. Let's do another example here. E-wallets. The older generation will have trust issues with e-wallets, like my mom. I wanted to set up an e-wallet for her, but no, cash only. So I'm not judging, okay? This is an observation and an example. In a clash year, suddenly you are forced to adopt an e-wallet, and if you are of the older generation, you need to do all sorts of unfamiliar things like verifying your identity, connecting your e-wallet to your bank account, all sorts of stuff that are unfamiliar to the person. So for the younger generation, maybe a cakewalk, but for the older folks, setting up an e-wallet can be quite hard. So the obstacle star can also represent our self-defense mechanism, our denial, projection, avoidance, our internal resistance to change, which makes sense, okay? Because a clash year requires change. The pig is in your year or month, very likely the obstacle star will show up as a presence of naysayers or negative, cynical people in your social or professional networks. And because we hang around them too much, inevitably we find ourselves absorbing their negative energy, and suddenly everything is hard. Okay? Therefore, the solution is to be mindful of whom we hang out with regularly. If you always hang out with super negative people, perhaps the change required from the clash year is to change your immediate circle and find more positive friends to surround yourself with. If the pig rules your internal pillars, day or hour, then this is more likely to be an internal resistance to change. Sometimes our defenses are built on assumptions or stories we tell ourselves, such as, I'm not good enough, or they're out to get me. In this case, having the awareness to challenge those inner narratives, having the mindfulness to change the internal story, can help you gain a more balanced perspective. By now, you're probably thinking, why are we spending so much time on the negative stars? Tell me about the positive stars. Okay, let's bring in the positive stars. Okay, counter the great consumer. We have the national treasure. This is the treasurer, the CFO. Okay, you can leverage on this, upgrade your financial literacy, financial planning skills. But as always, with the positive stars, human action is required. In other words, if money is flowing out, then we need to put guardrails so that we can make better financial decisions. Where to spend, how to spend, that's the national treasure. It can also represent, as a career star, an opportunity to get discovered. In that sense, it does behave somewhat like a jade house. When the national treasure appears in your chart, it suggests that you have unique talents or resources that are now highly valued by those around you. Okay, it's a sign that you likely possess something extraordinary, whether in terms of knowledge, skills, or resources that others deeply respect. Therefore, for career professionals, national treasure can also bring promotion luck as well, because chance to get discovered, right? So for example, a singer who constantly posts covers of popular songs on social media and is suddenly, thanks to National Treasure, discovered by a record company, and his or her career takes off. Okay, so that's one example. Okay, and speaking of going places, Skyhorse, this is a traveling wealth star. It enhances your reach. It allows you to reach new markets, new industry. It is likely to be a vehicle that allows you to expand your reach. Skyhorse encourages movement, travel, new adventures, new experiences, and often brings new opportunities from far away lands. Why did I place the Skyhorse immediately beneath the obstacles? Because embracing the Skyhorse allows us to break free from limitations and ride towards new opportunities. Easy way to use the Skyhorse? Travel. When we travel outside of our comfort zones, we broaden our horizons and a shift in our thinking begins to happen. Don't want to physically travel? Then travel metaphorically by engaging with new ideas or new perspectives. Okay, by now, a strategy is becoming obvious. Business owners, change is required within your business strategy in response to disruptions within the market, either caused by competitors or internal shifts. A lot of effort will be required to effect the change. To make the most of these efforts, stringent planning and resource management are called for. May need to streamline and cut the fat. May even involve investments into future growth, okay, by utilizing new vehicles or platforms that help expand your market. And because we are moving into unknown territory, contingency planning is required. Okay, resilience or liquidity to handle setbacks or flexible strategies that can allow for quick pivots. For career professionals, disruptions in the market is opening a window for change and transformation. In navigating this change, you stand a chance to be recognized as a talent in your industry. But effort and determination will be required to make the most of this change, leverage on the opportunity to expand your sphere of influence beyond your immediate organization. Expand it to within the industry or within a certain region or a certain professional expertise. Okay, see how just 2 positive stars changes the picture completely? Let's add 2 more. If the National Treasure represents a chance to be discovered, then the Sky Bright supports by bringing fame or additional recognition. Of course, to use this star, you must first have a certain knowledge. If you think you don't know anything, unlikely, but somehow a lot of people say that, then use the greater consumer to acquire the knowledge. Then you go and share the new knowledge, okay? So of course, to shortcut the process, it's better to share an existing knowledge. Okay, Sky Bright also is a star that boosts creativity. So there's also a possibility here to leverage on this star to create something. Create an IP, write an ebook, create and market a course, that kind of stuff. Bottom line is to be willing to share your knowledge. When we engage in these types of activities, sometimes it's not the sales. It's the recognition that is the reward. So like for example, when you write an ebook, the profits from the book may be negligible, but the recognition as one of the authorities on the subject can help expand your business or career. Likewise, the Sky Bright also boosts analytical skills. So for those who want to upskill on a certain subject, or if the change you want requires an upskill, okay, this is the year to gain clarity and mastery. Month Emptiness, on the other hand, is a neutral star. That's why it's a different color. This star enhances our connection with the universe. It's a wish-fulfilling star. So you're thinking, now, wait a sec, Pauline, why neutral? Isn't wish-fulfilling stars positive? Yes, only if your thoughts are positive. If your thoughts are always negative, then you can flip the other way around. That's why it's neutral. Okay, for those who are familiar with the achievement deities, Month Emptiness is like having the chief in your chart. If every thought in your head is pleasant, joyful, positive, then you find that the good thoughts translate into good things. But on the other hand, if every thought is unpleasant, fearful, negative, then you find yourself saying, I told you so a lot. Okay? Because final 2 stars, negative stars. In the pig, these 2, peeling head and sky sadness, both are emo stars. They represent emotional instability. In serious cases, can cause depression. If you are someone with the month emptiness vibrating at a positive level, okay, then these 2 can barely touch you. Seriously, someone who is busy, engaged, purposeful, usually will not have too much time to feel depressed. But of course, I'm not discounting the threat of the smiling depression. So while you're busy dealing with the changes 2025 is bringing, do take time to take care of your mental health as well, please. Okay, so with the peeling head and sky sadness comes a need to detach our emotions from our self-identity. Mental health issues is not something to hide or be ashamed of, especially today. But it is also not a label to carry as our defining feature. If you are facing emotional challenges while you navigate the uncertainties of change, please seek the support necessary to empower yourself to see beyond the illness. But please do not slap on a label and allow it to define who you are. In this case, with these 2 guys, language matters. Instead of saying, I am depressed, try saying, I'm experiencing depression. Simple shifts like this in the internal storytelling can remind you that there are aspects of your experience, not your entire identity. Okay? So this is very important because, again, month emptiness, direct connection to the universe, right? The universe doesn't judge, okay? Here's the thing. Okay, so the more you tell yourself, I'm depressed, the universe goes, what? You want to be depressed? Okay, here you go. Wish fulfilled. Okay, so that would be really tragic. So, as you can see now, not everything needs to be mitigated. Some negative stars can be tweaked to our favor. So if you're looking to find out more, I invite you to join us for our annual Hack My 2025 webinar happening this January 3rd to 5th, where we pull out all the metaphysical stops to help you create a battle plan for 2025. So if you're keen to find out more, either scan this QR code or the link is in my video description. Okay, now you could possibly have the pick in either your year, month, day, or hour. So if the pick is in your year, this means that it governs your industry, network, and social platforms. For business owners, you can use this energy, update your marketing strategies or marketing vehicles to expand your market share. Perhaps even target a different set of demographics or psychographics. If you happen to be someone who is a behavioral therapist or psychologist, this is the year to go all out on promoting your business or service. Alternatively, change your networking strategies so that you can enhance your reach, widen your sphere of influence. Next month, okay, this one governs our business environment and careers. This is the money pillar. So if the pick is in your month, you can consider using the change to diversify your revenue streams. For business owners, because year breaker signals disruption, agility is the key. When we say how you conduct your business, we mean leveraging on things like the lean methodologies or agile project management, which allows you to quickly pivot, or it could be even using new AI tools to streamline your business processes and reduce waste. You could also use the national treasure, build up financial reserves, contingency planning to navigate potential threats. For career professional, this is easy. Change could come in the form of promotion. It could be as simple as changing your direct reporting supervisor. Could be a lateral move. All right, for those who have reached a certain level in their career, maybe looking to cut down on your responsibilities, also a change. Or proactively speak to your boss and say, listen, I've grown, now I'm ready for a new job description. Bottom line, okay? You don't necessarily have to change your job. Do not quit your job without another in hand just because it is a clash year, okay? Right, and for the pick in the day, right, and just because it's a clash year does not automatically mean that you will have relationship problems, okay? The day pillar governs our physical self as well as our intimate relationships. Now, I'm not denying, in some cases, people do experience separation during a year that clashes to their day pillar, but not 100%. So let's get on with the married folks first. 2025 could be a year you both work to improve the household finances and budgeting, how money is spent, look into wastage or excesses together. And because day pillar also represents the house you currently live in, a clash year to the day pillar could mean moving to a new house. So in that case, the greater consumer makes a lot of sense because moving house costs money. Okay, so we could use this clash year to create new experiences together, change the dynamics of the relationship. Example, if both partners are always working, maybe one decides to be a stay-at-home parent, that would entail navigating a lot of changes, right? Or vice versa. And what if you're single? Great year to engage in a project of self-transformation. Great year to experience new things. Break free from past limitations. Take the time, spend the necessary money to travel, self-heal, right? So with the year breaker coming with a sky horse, use the money to travel, buy new experiences. Okay, lastly, pick in the hour which governs our investment mindset. Children, mindset first. In this clash year, if you change nothing else externally, change your mindset. Change who or what you identify with. Remember how we spoke about self-imposed labels? Change those. Okay? This will take time. It's not easy to do. All right? But is it worthwhile? Absolutely. This is how we use the month emptiness to discard or disassociate from the identity or label that no longer resonates. Also on mindset, sky bright, one of the intelligent stars, so invest in knowledge. Investment, next, sky bright, also enhances analytical skills. Therefore, good chance to study up on and diversify your investment strategies. Children, likely need to spend more money on your children as they grow up. Of course, every parent knows this. There's no mitigating this. What to do? You have smart kids, need to spend money to support their growth. Okay, congratulations to you. Okay, and one more, staff. One of your staff may be ready for more responsibilities. Your job, figure out who it is and support them in their growth. So now in a clash year is usually we go looking for the related animal signs, looking for support, right? Unfortunately for the pig in 2025, all your best buddies need your support. So both the goat and the rabbit are definitely in need of support. They have less positive stars than you do. So it seems that in this clash year, one of the pig's role is to support the goat and the rabbit with the change as well. So since you're in the position to help others overcome their challenges, let's look at it as a chance to become better ourselves. Okay? The good news is that the tiger has two very strong problem-solving stars. So and they also got a little bit lucky. So you could ally with them and borrow their problem-solving stars. But do note, tiger has their own issues as well. So make sure don't just take, but give. So 2025, can we have the next slide, please? Thank you. 2025 is going to be a wild ride for the pig, okay? With the year breaker coming in hot, expect things to get shaken up, old habits, outdated systems. So that's so 2024, you know. So it's all about leveling up and embracing that chaos like a brat. But watch out for the great consumer, which says trim the fat, keep it lean and mean. Don't stress when you hit those obstacles. That's just the universe checking if you're really about that action. And then there's National Treasure, reminding you you're sitting on gold, whether it's hidden talents or untapped resources. Feeling restless? That's the Sky Horse telling you it's go time. Explore new horizons, try new things. Don't be afraid to take some risk. Right, but real talk, staying positive and purposeful is a must with the month emptiness. When every thought is a wish and every wish comes true, your responsibility is to keep your thoughts sky bright. So 2025 is yours to conquer, pig. LFG. So with that, let me wish you an exciting and prosperous year ahead. 恭喜發財. May the change in 2025 uplift you, 乘風破浪, ride the winds of change, surf the waves of opportunity. Okay, until I see you in the next video, you have a great day ahead.